Ah, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Ah, oh wait, can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. So now everybody can hear you. Let me see. Bear with me, guys. What's happening?
You're back.
I'm back, but we can all hear you. I'm wondering, my things are charged. See what happens when I start talking about my daughter and her fish. I don't do my job. All right, my sound might not be that great today, but I'm gonna try my best. Actually, this is appropriate because, dun, dun, dun.
Oh no.
I was thinking about muting the class today anyway, for certain parts, because of today's theme. Make sure I've got this on here. Okay, so we've been going through the 8 limbs of yoga. And when I did this time last year, I brought in blindfolds for everybody because the one we're going to talk about today is removal of senses, to withdraw from your senses. And the blindfolds were a lot of fun. You were here for blindfolds. How many of you were here? Were you here for blindfolds? No, that might have been during the school year at that point. Do you remember? No? Okay, so that might have been, maybe it was a little bit longer than a year ago. And so I'll read what it is first. So it's pratyahara, which is derived from the Sanskrit roots prati, meaning away or against, and ahara, meaning nourishment. Therefore, the whole word denotes a withdrawal from what nourishes the senses. Pratyahara comes from the earliest limbs of yoga because before the senses are turned inward, the mind must be purified and calmed by yama, niyama, and pranayama. When the senses are withdrawn, they become absorbed by the mind itself, rather than engaging the mind with the external environment. It is said that this allows the practitioner to experience true inner self. So I think it's kind of ironic that I'm having sound issues today. So what we did last time was I brought in blindfolds for everyone, and then we did a couple of poses where you couldn't see, you could only hear, and then we did some poses where I didn't speak, we just watched. We didn't have any music going on. So I'm trying to think of how I do this in COVID times, right? So I think we're just going to go old school. We'll just close our eyes. And I'm going to have to trust that you guys are doing it at home instead of having the blindfold. So I think I'm just going to kind of improvise as we go along, and I'll do maybe some different suggestions throughout the class of how we can withdraw from our senses. And so what are our senses? Our senses are taste and smell and sight and touch and hearing. Thank you. Hearing. So at different times, I might say we're in one side of the pose. Maybe we'll do it with our eyes closed, and maybe with the other side of the pose, I won't say anything. You'll just try to follow along. And I'll hope that you guys are doing that, since I can't see what you're doing, and I'm just going to go on pure honesty, which is one of the yamas. Back to the first one. So we won't listen to music today, and I think at some point I might even turn the lights off. Although I don't know if that'll work because I can't shut the doors. So I can't shut the doors. It'll be an interesting experiment in the senses. So when you're ready, let's lay down on your back. Oftentimes, when we come to yoga class, we try to encourage you to pay attention to your senses so that you're experiencing the moment fully. So you're not thinking about what came before the class about what could happen after the class. You're just present in the experience of the moment. But today we're going to try to step away from that. And try not to pay attention to the extra stimulus that's around us. And instead take a journey inward, becoming friends with your mind without distraction. Concentrating on your breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Maybe imagining that you're floating in a warm pool that's the exact temperature of your skin. It has the exact amount of buoyancy for you to be effortless and floating. It's quiet and you can only hear your breath. In this moment, you are nothing and you are everything. On your next breath, you can bend your knees, hug them in towards your chest. It's up to you how tight you bring your knees in towards your body. It's up to you whether you stay still or rock side to side. Take your hands down by your sides, palms facing down. Open up your shoulders. Gently try to press your shoulders back towards the floor. Engaging your core, pull your belly button in towards your spine, pull your ribs as if you're drawing them together. And extend your feet straight up towards the ceiling, pointing and flexing your toes, pointing them towards the ceiling, pointing them back towards your shins. And coming to stillness. Extending your toes up towards the ceiling, keeping your legs as straight as feels comfortable for you. Keeping your core engaged. Let's make little circles on the ceiling with your feet. If your eyes are open, close your eyes. See if you can feel what's going on with the muscles in your body. Which muscles step in and which muscles step away as you go in a circle. Come back to stillness. Bend your knees, hug them in towards your chest. Release your arms back down by your side. Gently pressing your arms and your palms into the floor, opening up your shoulders, your heart is reaching towards the ceiling. Extend your feet straight up again. And this time, see if you can go in the opposite direction. Bend your knees, hug them in. With your right hand on your right knee, your left hand on your left knee, opening up your knees, bringing them out towards your shoulders, towards your armpits, actually. Rocking to the left, rocking to the right, almost like a happy baby, but not quite. Back to stillness, bringing the soles of your feet together, reaching through, grabbing your ankles or your shins, or maybe the outer bands of your feet, pulling your feet towards your body as you gently press your knees away. Concentrating on the sound of your breath, going in through your nose and out through your nose. Releasing your feet and bringing them back down towards the mat. Extending your left leg straight, keeping your right knee bent. Press your right foot into the floor. Lift your hips up and gently take your hips over towards the right a little bit. Take your right knee over towards the left. You can use your left hand to gently encourage your right knee towards the ground, but not necessarily touching the ground. You can extend your right arm out to the side in a T, palm facing up, or in a cactus arm, depending on how that makes your shoulder feel. If this is a little bit too much of a twist for your back, bring your arm back in. If you're looking for something a little bit more, you can extend your right leg straight, reaching with your heel. That might change the way you feel that stretch in your hip or your right thigh, maybe even in your calf. If your right leg is straight, you can bend it. Engage your core, your back is supported. Bring yourself back to center. Pressing your right foot into the floor, lifting your hips up and bringing them back to center. Send your right leg straight. Bend your left knee, bring your foot in. Engage your core, press your foot into the floor, lift your hip up over towards the left. Take your left knee over towards the right. You can assist with your right hand on your left knee, if that feels good. You can extend your right arm out to the side in a T or in a cactus arm, if that feels good. Be mindful of not trying to create too much of an aggressive twist here, unless that's what feels really good to you. You can extend your left leg straight, reaching with your left heel. Engage your core, roll back to center, press that left foot into the floor, lift your hips up and come back to center. Bend your right knee, bring your foot in, your right foot in, soles of your feet together, knees open wide to the side. We're just gonna do a little pelvic kind of a tilt or a roll maybe. Bringing your hips back so it takes away the space between the floor and your lower back, and then rocking forward so there's a little bit more of a space. So we're just going to inhale and exhale this little pelvic tilt here. Helps to loosen up that sacrum, lumbar spine. And then bring your knees back to center. When you're ready, slowly come up to a seated position. And extend your legs out straight. Dirty feet, if you're closer to your eyes closed, you can't see that anyway. All right, with your legs straight, you can roll the fleshy parts of your thighs out to the side so that you may feel a little more connected with your sits bones to the ground. So your femur bone and your pelvis there. Trying to align your torso over top of your hips, and just in doing so, you start to engage the core. Imagine that your head is reaching up towards the ceiling as you're gently pressing your feet into the ground, your legs into the ground, hips into the ground. Eyes are closed. Take your arms out to the side in a T. Right fingertips are reaching to the right, left fingertips are reaching to the left. Same effort, very similar to what we feel in Warrior Two. Maybe even trying to draw your shoulder blades back towards your spine a little bit. Finding the place between effort and ease. Gently pull your toes back towards your shin. Gently press your heels in. Gently raise your torso up. Inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your back as straight as you can for as long as you can and forward fold. When you get as far as you can go, then you can round your back. Don't forget you can bend your knees. If you're holding onto your legs for leverage, maybe holding onto your big toes. If your body allows you to hold onto your toes, meaning your arms are long enough, your legs are bent a little bit, gently press your feet into your hands for a little extra bonus stretch. This might not be available to everyone. It's an anatomically fault. Release your hands, slowly roll back up. Eyes closed. Squeezing your legs together, pressing your feet into the floor, raising your torso up as if somebody's trying to pull you up to the ceiling as your hips are grounded and cemented to the ground. Put your arms out to the side. Relax your shoulders, pull your shoulder blades back towards your spine. Reach with your right fingertips, reach with your left fingertips. Pull your chin in slightly towards your throat. Don't forget to breathe. One more breath. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Press your hips and your feet back into the ground. Try to keep your back as straight as you can as you exhale, fold forward. Reach with your heart, reach with your fingertips. And then you can bend your knees. You can round your back, bringing your forehead towards your knees. Relax into the stretch. And then slowly hold up. Coming into a nice easy seat. And you can come into whatever seated posture feels the best for you. You can stack your legs in front of each other. You can stack your lower legs on top of each other. You can keep one leg straight. Always an option. Putting your arms out to the side. Palms facing down. Pull those shoulder blades back towards your spine. So your heart is reaching forward just a little bit here. You're pulling your chin in just a little bit of a double chin here. Enough. And your head is reaching up towards the ceiling, strengthening all the muscles along our spine right now. Take little circles with our arms in one direction. Little circles in the other direction. Left hand down towards the floor. Bend the left elbow, reach up and over with the right hand. Sink the right hip down. Maybe turning your head to look towards the ceiling. Your eyes are open. Engage your core and use the strength of your core to float you back up towards the ceiling. Both fingertips reaching up towards the sky. I guess that would be 10 fingertips. Something like that. Float your right hand down towards the floor. Bend your right elbow. Reach over with your left fingertips to the left. and back up to center. You're able to bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, index fingers pressing together like a little steeple, reaching your index fingers up towards the ceiling, and then bending your elbows and bringing your hands back behind you. Open up your elbows as wide as your shoulders will let you go without pain. Keep engaging your core. Slowly raise your hands back up towards the ceiling. Release your hands, exhaling and folding forward. Uncross your legs, go in the opposite direction. Whichever was in the front is now in the back, whichever was on the top is now on the bottom. Your eyes closed. See if you could go back to floating in that pool where the temperature is the same. Feel nothing. You're absolutely nothing and you're absolutely everything. All in the same breath. Put your arms out to the side. Relax your shoulders, shoulder blades back towards your spine. You're reaching with your right middle finger, you're reaching with the left middle finger. Finding that place between effort and ease. Gently bring your chin in towards your chest. Your head is lifted towards the ceiling. Your belly button's in, your ribs are in. Make little circles with your arms. Bringing your right hand to the floor, bend your right elbow. Left arm comes up and over, reaching with the left fingertip while you sink the left hip down. Maybe lift your head, turn your head. Turn your head to the ceiling. Maybe keep it straight, or maybe look down towards the side. Engage your core, float your arms back. Left hand to the left side, bend the left elbow, reaching with the right hand, sink the right hips down. Pull your ribs in, look up if that feels good for your neck, look straight, or look down. That doesn't feel good. Float back up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, index fingers reaching up. Bend your elbows, bring your hands back behind you. Open up your elbows as wide as feels good. Maybe even gently pressing your head into the heels of your hands. Your breath. Release your arms back up. Release your hands and forward fold. Melts into the stretch. One more breath. Slowly come on up. And uncross your legs. And take your hands back behind you. Knees are bent, shifting your knees side to side. And back to stillness. And with your eyes still closed, come onto your hands. Find your tabletop. Feel your body. Press your feet into the floors. Press your feet into the floor. There's only one floor. Press your hands into the floor. If you're able to, maybe turning the creases of your elbows so they face each other. Again, anatomically, that might not be available to everyone, but if it's available to you without discomfort, that may be an ideal situation. Reach back with your tailbone, reach forward with the top of your head. Pull your belly button in, pull your ribs in. Maybe sink your chest just a little bit so that your shoulder blades are reaching towards your spine without caving in and giving up on your torso. So your torso is nice and strong right now. Everything is engaged. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Find that place of buoyancy. Planting your feet, lifting your hips, coming into your downward facing dog. Walking in. How does this feel with your eyes closed? Just being able to see what's going on. Maybe you're noticing things in your body that you gloss over or you don't pay attention to. Removing senses allows you to focus on other things a little bit better. Sinking your heels down towards the floor, reaching your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a scan of your body. How does it feel? What do you feel? Why do you feel it? One more breath. Find your way to the top of the mat. Nice forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring your hands towards your shins, coming up into a flat back. Shoulder blades back towards your spine. Heart is forward, head is forward, hips are back. Big breath in, exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Take your right hand, hold on to your left wrist, gently pull it over towards the right side, little side body stretch on the left side. Back up to center, switch sides. Left hand holds onto the right wrist. Shift your weight into your right foot. And gently assist your right hand over towards the left side. Back up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Hands on your shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Giant step back with your right foot. Sink down here. If your eyes are closed, maybe open your eyes for just a second and check to see where your left foot placement is. If it's beneath your knee, you can see how close your judgment is when you're not watching. You can sink your right hand down into the floor, and you can float your left hand out to the side, maybe up to the ceiling, or maybe around your back. Try to keep that left knee in towards your body and not swaying out to the left side if possible. And see if you can do that without looking at it. Reach the right heel back. Don't forget to breathe. Float the left hand down, wherever it is. Take the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Stay right here, this might be plenty enough for you. You can also come onto your left fist if that feels better. Try to keep that right heel active, reaching back. You can gently press your left knee into the outside of your left arm. I don't know if that makes sense. So kind of leaning against each other. If you'd like something a little bit more, float your right arm out to the side, or maybe up to the ceiling. A little bit of a balance challenge here. Or maybe a lot of bit of a balance challenge. Wherever your right hand is, you can bring it back. Both hands are to the inside of your left foot. Let's bring your right knee down. Flatten your right foot. I'm gonna have you walk your left foot up, forward just a little bit. And then you're gonna take your left hand to the inside of your left knee and just gently press into it. Give you a little hip stretch for you. And release, bringing your knee back to center. And if you can, maybe bending your elbows and coming down towards the floor. I believe they call this lizard pose. You may get one elbow down. You may not get any elbows down. Normally, I would use blocks here, but since we're not using props so much right now, I'm not going to demonstrate that with it, but if you have blocks, you can prop them up to the inside of your left foot and use them as an extension of the floor. Try to breathe into your stretch. If you're down, slowly come on up. Plant your right foot, extend your right leg straight. Take your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Giant step back. Woo! Your left foot. There's no loss of sensation there. Walk your dog. How's everybody doing? It's okay? All right. Come back into your downward facing dog. Back to your breath. Come back to your body scan and notice how your body feels right now. Slowly walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Forward fold. Hands on your shins, flat back. Deep breath in, exhale forward. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Left hand holds on to the right wrist, gentle side body stretch. Back up to center, switching sides. Right hand holds onto the left wrist, gently pulls it over towards the right side as you sink your weight into your left foot. Back up to center. Exhale, fold forward. Hands on your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Giant step back with your left foot. Have a nice lunge here. Sink in. Reach that left heel back. Planting your left hand down on the floor, or you can also use a fist. If you've got a block, you can put a block right there and give you a little extra leverage. You can stay here or float your right arm out to the side or up towards the ceiling or wrap it around your back. Try to keep that left heel engaged. And although I'm trying to encourage you to do as much of this class with your eyes closed as possible, it's not required. It's just a fun little experiment. Or big experiment. Wherever your right arm is, you can bring it up and then bring it back down. Taking your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Now you're gently pressing your right knee into the outer part of your right arm. So you've got a little stability here. If you'd like a little extra balance challenge, you can float your left arm out to the side or maybe up towards the ceiling or around your back. It's a good little balance challenge, big balance challenge. Keep that left heel reaching back. If you're comfortable keeping your eyes closed and looking up towards the ceiling, you may notice different sensations in your body that you might have glossed over before. Being distracted about the things that are in the room, other things that you could look at. Wherever that left hand is, you can bring it down. Bring your left knee down, flatten your left foot. Sinking your weight to your left foot, your left hand, walking your right foot up just a little bit. Taking your right hand and gently pressing it to the inside of your right thigh. Taking your right knee out to the right side. Just a little hip stretch here. Releasing your right hand, bringing it back down towards the mat. If you're able to, bring your torso forward to the inside of your right thigh. Maybe you can bend your elbows and bring your body down towards the floor. Maybe you can use blocks there. Maybe your hands are on the floor and your elbows are bent and you're just lowering your torso. You'll feel it when you feel it. It can be pretty intense on that right thigh. Concentrating on your breath. Concentrating on how you feel, what you're thinking. Slowly coming up. Take your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Straighten your left leg. Giant step back with your right hand. Back into your downward facing dog. If your eyes are open, close them. Take a scan of your body. Notice what you feel. From here, you can come into child's pose. Then you can do an extra vinyasa flow. We'd like to do a little bit extra rocking forward into a plank position. Chaturanga down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We'll all meet in child's pose. Once you're in child's pose, go back to imagining that you're floating. You are nothing and you are everything. You're ready to lean back up into tabletop position. Plant your feet, lift your hips, downward facing. Sinking your left foot into the floor, float your right foot up. Bend your right knee, bring it forward towards your hands. Turn that left foot down, floating your arms up into warrior two. Again, if you're playing at home or here in the classroom and you're intermittently opening eyes or closing eyes, this might be a fun one to keep your eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Shoulder blades back towards your spine. Your heart is forward, but pull your belly button in. Tuck your tailbone. Find that place between effort and ease. Reach forward with your right fingertips. Reach back with your left fingertips. Left hand to the left leg. Right hand palm facing up, coming into reverse. And also take your left hand back up. This is fun with your eyes closed. Put your arms back up into warrior two. Hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, heart forward, coming down into a humble warrior. You can keep your torso parallel to your right leg or come on down below it, bringing the top of your head towards the floor. If you'd like a shoulder stretch, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Concentrate on the breath. Your hands are up, you can bring them down. Frame your right foot with your hands, pivot your left foot forward. Giant step back with your right foot. Downward facing. Sink your right foot down, float your left foot up. Bend your right knee, bring it forward, plant it near your hands. Turn and your your right foot down. When you're ready, cartwheel your arms up into warrior two. Pull your right shoulder back. Pull your shoulder blades back. Pull your belly button in. Drop your tailbone. Left fingertips reaching forward. Right fingertips reaching back. Sink into your pose. Right hand to the right leg or behind your back. Turn the left hand palm facing up into reverse warrior. Float your arm back down and up into warrior two. Hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, heart forward, come down into humble warrior. Your torso is either parallel to your left inner thigh or dipping down below. If your fingers interlaced, you can keep them resting on your back or raise them up in the direction towards the ceiling. If your hands are up, you can bring them down. Bring them down to the floor. Frame your left foot. Pivot your right foot forward. Giant step back with your left. Downward facing. Find your breath. Scan your body. Heels are reaching down. Hips are reaching up. Hands are pressing to the floor. Heart reaching towards your knees. From here, you can drop down into child's pose or do an activity. So rocking forward into the plank. Chatter on the neck. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then back down to the chin. From this child's pose, let's bring your hands back behind you, resting them on your back. Trying to bring your forehead towards the floor. Depending on how your body feels, this may not feel comfortable to you, and if it does not, then bring your hands out in front of you, stack fists, and rest your forehead on the fists. Find your breath, find the rhythm of your breath. Allow it to roll in like a tide and roll out like a tide. Imagine that you're buoyant and floating effortlessly. Not a care in the world. One more breath. Release your hands. Bring them back down to the mat. Back into a tabletop position. Plant your feet, lift your hips. Downward facing. Find yourself at the top of the mat when you float, hop, skip, or jump. Forward fold. Engage your core and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Finding yourself in mountain pose. Sinking your feet into the floor, squeezing your legs together. Pull your belly button in, drop your tailbone back, pull your ribs in. Fingertips reaching down towards the floor. Shoulder blades back, head is lifted. Nice and strong. You can be strong and still at the same time. So here's where it gets a little bit fun. With your eyes closed, bringing your hands towards your heart center. Sinking your weight into your left foot and coming up onto the balance of your right big toe. And while you're here with your eyes closed, feel the buoyancy of your body floating. Notice how you're shifting side to side, front and back. Press your hands just a little bit more together. Bring your shoulders up and bring your shoulders back. Engaging your core. Lifting your left kneecap. Pressing your toes into the floor. Pressing your heel into the floor. And if you're ready to play, start floating your right knee up. Now it's up to you how far you go. An inch might feel like a foot. A foot might feel like an inch. Taking away all the other distractions. Look how hard that left leg is working. Relax, bringing that right foot down. Sink into the right foot shape. Try to do it with your eyes closed. All right. Back still. Release your hands down towards the ground. Mountain pose. Your hands are nice and wide, like starfish. Pressing your feet into the floor. Squeezing your legs together. Dropping your tailbone. Pull your belly button in. Pull your ribs in. Shoulders back. Head is lifted. Sinking your weight into your right foot, bringing your hands together in prayer pose. Come up onto your right big toe. Allow yourself to float. Feel the buoyancy. You don't have to do anything else more than this. And your body is doing its job. This is hard. You take your eyesight away. You realize how important it is. When you're ready, you can slowly start to lift your left toes off the ground. Remember, you can always bring them back down. You can always anchor. Respecting how one leg might be stronger than the other. At least for this. Let go of the perception of how high your knee is. It doesn't matter. Your right leg is still doing the job, whether you're an inch off the ground or a foot off. Wherever it is, you can bring it back down. Shake it out. Release your arms down towards the ground into mountain pose. Fingertips reaching down, head is reaching up. Squeeze your legs together. Drop your tailbone. Pull your belly button in. Inhale your arms up, nice and tight. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands towards your shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Giant step back with your right foot. Giant step back with your left. From here, we're going to come into pigeon pose. Pigeon pose is not always great for everyone. So if this traditional pigeon pose is not comfortable for you, I'll walk you through going back. Bending your right knee, bringing it forward towards your right wrist, and opening up your right foot towards your left hip. Come down onto your left leg, walking that left leg back, pulling your right toes towards your shin. You might want to open your eyes for this one to get back down into this pose. Press your hands into the floor, maybe even create a little bit of a back bend. You can also bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand for a quad stretch on that side, where you can come down to the ground. If this is not comfortable for you, I'm going to have you lay down on your back. your right knee, placing your right foot, your left back, and hugging your right knee. Same result, different way to get there. With your eyes closed, take a scan of your body from head down to toe. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? Wherever your hands are, you can place them firmly on the mat. Pressing your left toes into the floor, extending your left heel back. Engage your core. Use the strength of your core to lift your hips up and plant your right foot down. If you're doing reclining kidney pose, you're going to bring your feet back down to the mat and cross your knees and take your left foot. Sinking your right heel down, bending your left knee, bringing it forward towards your left wrist, and planting your left foot towards your right hip. Those are general directions. That does not mean that your body's exactly going that way, but we're just going to go in that general direction. Maybe walking your right foot back. Good. And slowly come on down. If coming down is the way you want to go, or if you're looking for a back bend or a quad stretch, bend your right knee, reach back with your right hand, and onto your right. And your body on this side, from your head to your toe. What do you feel from right to left? Why do you feel it? Your hands back down towards the mat if they're not there already. Planting your right toes on the mat. Extending your right heel back. Straightening your right leg. Engaging your core and lifting your hips up towards the ceiling to plant your left foot back down. Please walk down the face of the dog. This is your last opportunity for an extra vinyasa flow. We'll start to settle down. So if you'd like to take that extra time now, you can do that now. Or you can come right back into child pose. Whichever you're inspired to do today. From your child's pose, we're going to come forward into crocodile pose, laying on your belly, taking your forearms out in front of you and stacking your forearms. Resting your forehead on your forearms. Your feet will be about hip distance apart. Imagining a balloon just above your hip bone, your lower back, in the space between your ribs and your hip bone. And each inhale, that balloon expands and stretches. And each exhale, It shrinks and collapses and relaxes. Creating an effortless rhythm for your diaphragmic breathing. Calming your nervous system. Imagining that you're floating. One more breath here. When you're ready and as you're ready, carefully roll over onto your back. Settling into our final posture, Shavasana, our corpse pose. Find whatever position feels effortless for you today. Imagining there is no difference between the temperature of your body and the temperature of the room. Even in the midst of disturbance, the stillness of the mind can offer sanctuary. Coming back to your breath, take a nice, deep, full, nourishing breath. Giving life to all of your senses. Maybe you'll see things a little brighter today, hear things a little more crisp, feel things with greater texture, taste things with a greater pop. Coming back to your body, wiggle your toes and your fingers, and your nose. When you're ready, as you're ready, slowly coming on to your favorite side, maybe into the fetal position. You started your life in buoyancy, in the perfect environment. You can always go back to that sensation of stillness and comfort and protection and withdrawal from senses. When you're ready, as you're ready, you can slowly come up to a seated position. Inhale your arms up to the heavens. Bring your hands together down towards your heart and your chin. Down towards your chest. The light in me sees and honors, appreciates, loves, adores, and holds in very high regard the light in each one of you. Thank you so much for spending your time and your energy with me today, and for playing along. I appreciate it very much. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Sorry about the sound. I think that they were not charged. That's what I think. I don't think
Thank
they are.
you. Bye.
No worries. It's fine.
Thanks, Nicole. Have a great day.
Bye,
Welcome.
Nicole. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for playing.
Stay safe.
Thank
honey.
you. Great class.
Thank you. Oh, hey, Jerry. I like when you guys pop on so I can see your faces.
There's Shelly too.
Oh, there's Shelly. Hey, girl. Hey. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Bye-bye.